and welcome back to Japan, where I'm going to be giving you a reaction and review to Fanfare by Twice. And as we always do on here, what we have to do now, if you want to see the reaction, I've just recorded it, so pause this video, click the link in the description below, it'll open up a separate little YouTube player where you can watch the song with me. However, if you've already seen the song, or if you've already just paused this and watched the reaction, well basically, if you're ready for the review, that's what you're about to get. So have you watched the reaction? If you haven't, pause this and check it out. Are you ready? Well then, here I go. So, this song, like I said at the time, is kind of like, this is what I want to hear from K-pop, and there's a few reasons for that. Now, it's important to point out, first of all, like I say, I know that I'm not necessarily the target audience. I know that K-pop has been swaying in a direction that is a mixture of, you know, where it came from and also taking on some rather heavy Western tropes. And, you know, then we can come down to stereotyping. Is it just my taste that I don't like Western pop music as much as I like Asian pop music? Maybe, but I do genuinely think that there is an obvious and very demonstrable quality difference between a lot of the more Western style pop music. Not all of it, but as a general, you know. So, I mean, I would even take AKB48 over what I hear from Beyonce. You know, I hate to say it, I'm not a fan of either of them, but you put them alongside, I'm going to take AKB. So, you know, this is my point, is that I wouldn't say that I am overtly biased, but I do think that it is true that that's not the way to go. And unfortunately, you know, like I said, a lot of K-pop has been taking that minimalist, slightly dull route. And for me, it has killed a lot of it. And I was saying that there are some real standout groups though in Korea who really make a difference. Now, Walking After You, obviously a rock band, so we'll put them to side for one moment. But things like Dreamcatcher, really fantastic, really interesting. There's been some other groups who I've been given links to recently who I've been having a little listen to. I've been trying to catch up with some other K-pop stuff. But you know, on top of that, Twice to me has been at the forefront of the like really massive names. Twice has been the one who I would most say is musically interesting, musically quality. And, you know, they are still pop. They are still designed for radio play. They're still not going to appease certain more, you know, sort of old school fans of, you know, certain types of music, maybe rock fans. They're not going to transfer so many people across who are not already into pop. But if you like pop, then, you know, and I think there's a lot of people, I think it is true, and you can see this by some of the memes that are online about sort of a lot of contemporary music. There are a lot of people who are into sort of poppy sounds anyway, myself included, who feel that there is a slightly patronizingly oversimplistic approach to a lot of the music that we hear now, where it is like real minimalist. It's like, you know, even when pop music is even now using EDM drops and just like choruses where there's no singing, it's just one line and then a beat. It's like, no, it's not pop anymore. You're just basically, you know, you're just dressing up EDM as pop, putting some pretty faces on it. Yeah. So there's so many things that are problematic about modern Western pop music, in my mind, that also has been transferring across over time to K-pop, unfortunately. But like I say, Twice, I don't think have really suffered from any of that. And this is a fantastic demonstration of this. Now, there's so much colour in this song, right down to the little trumpet fanfare thing that obviously carries the name. The fact that they use that sort of hip-hop break in there is in the pre-chorus, but it's also post-chorus to the first time we get the hook. You know, there's all these little interesting things that come in. The bridge, it's a two-part bridge. I mean, so many pop songs sell you with just like a few beats of something and then, oh, back into another chorus, because that's what you're here for, the catchy bit. I love the fact that this had a nice sung bridge where it went in a slightly different direction, and then it went back to the, you know, the fanfare like riff, I guess you could say, the musical refrain, whatever. The point is that this was written with some interest. Like I say, both verses were different. The chorus, yeah, was your simple sort of let's go through like a couple of chords in slow succession, have a nice repeated melody. It worked though. And I often say that if you want to have a really good chorus, then you can earn it by being interesting in the verses and the other parts of the song. And that's what this does, you know. I mean, if it was just sort of boring and pandering between the choruses, like I say, some songs are just like, you know, some pop songs are just like, yeah, waiting for you to get back. Now you know I'm in Japan. No, Doppler effect in full demonstration there. So I'm by a road, even though I'm on a mountain. And so, you know, like I say, there is that feeling that you can earn a nice, simple, earwormy chorus. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you sound like you're always just sort of like every other part of the song is just some lame attempt to get back around to the catchy bit which sells people on 20 seconds of irritating repetition, then you don't like it. So it doesn't earn it. this, like I say, the chorus wasn't bad at all. It was actually really, really catchy, but it's catchy in, like I say, no way that's going to wow anyone who maybe is a songwriter themselves, but it is damn catchy, and I'm not going to get that out of my head. I think it's definitely a good pop chorus, definitely a fantastic radio-friendly chorus, definitely worthy of a single, and it's earned by, like I say, having an interesting, nicely sung verse. The way the arrangement's working, the backing's really nice and thick. It's got lots of things happening. It builds up. It's got a good funky beat. I love the way the beat was played. It was kind of like really a bit trippy, but not too much. It just had a bit of a bounce to it, a bit of a bounce in its step. Everything about this felt nicely produced, nicely arranged, a mixture of doing simple but not overly simple to the point of being common denominator and patronizing, and at the same time being detailed but not to the point of being complicated and overwrought with too much things in it, too alienating to someone who just wants to listen to a pop song. I think this was the perfect balance, and I really liked it, and it demonstrates, like I say, what they do so well, what can be one of K-pop's greatest strengths. I mean, you look at some of the other songs that, I'm going to come back to Twice as the example again, because in modern contemporary versions, they are the best example. Like I say, Dreamcatcher, I really love Dreamcatcher as a group, but I accept that they're not aiming to be as catchy. They're aiming to be a little bit more different, a little bit of an alternative. If you're looking for just the most catchy stuff, what's the other song that Twice did? What is Love? Simple song. Yeah, it's not going to win over any fans who are not pop fans, but if you're a pop fan, that is exactly what you're looking for. It's catchy, but it's got interesting detail to it. And I think that they've struck again with something equally interesting here. It's got character, it's got detail, and yet it knows how to be a good pop song. As always, the girls, I like the fact that their voices seem to carry a real individual tone to them. When they sing, they seem to be, individual, interesting. Like I say, whether you like them or not, I think you've got to have some respect for what these girls do, for what this group does. And, I like I say, I just think this is a good pop song, well delivered. And if K-pop is going in a direction, I hope that it's weighted in this direction. Anyway, that's my opinion. Is he coming back? Can you still hear it? Anyway, so, as always, get in there, tell me what you think, whether you like this group or like this genre or like this song or not, whether you know them or not, whatever your position is. Music's all subjective, whether you be a fan or not, or whoever you are, music is only as good as you enjoy it yourself. I can give my objective opinions, but I want to hear what you say now so we can get a bit of conversation started on this, like with all other songs. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want. If you want to get more involved in some of our conversations, we're talking about primarily Japanese, but not always Japanese music all the time on our Discord, also linked in the description below, along with our Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, all those places as well. And do remember, there's also our little merch thing down there and our Patreon. Big thank you to our Patreon supporters for keeping the channel alive. As always, we love you, and we will be very happy to see you again on the next video. Stop it. So, thank you for making it through to the end of this one with all of the drama of bells outside. And until I hopefully see you soon here in Japan, for now, ciao ciao.